Hey y'all, welcome back to the Late Night Vision Show. My name is Jason. I'm the owner of Outdoor Legacy Gear. I am one of your co-hosts. I've got my good buddy and co-host Hans from the Hans ETX YouTube channel. Hey Hans, are you with me tonight?
Hey Jason, I am, and it's good to be back for episode 4.
Hey y'all, welcome to episode 200 of the Late Night Vision Show. And if you just watched that clip, you can see that after 200 episodes, we're just as sorry at this as we were on episode number 3 or 4 or whatever it was. But as we've been saying for 200 episodes, my name is Jason. I'm the owner of Outdoor Legacy. And I say the same thing every time. I've got my good buddy Hans from the Hans East Texas YouTube channel with me. Hans, what's going on tonight?
I tell you, you're exactly right. We're just as sorry as we've ever been. But I will say the intros I had to go through. I'll tell you, I prepared more for this show than I've done for a long time, and that's not a good thing because we've had some pretty important shows. But this to me has been the most fun going through all these old clips. Yes, this is episode 200. We, like I was saying before, all the intros sound exactly the same because I went through and watched a bunch of episodes to get some clips and they sound exactly the same. So tonight, this morning, wherever you're listening to this is going to be a fun show. You're not going to hear us talk much about scopes, not going to be much about industry news. This is going to be celebrating you, Jason.
Not me.
We're celebrating you. Yeah, this is about you. So
it's not my birthday.
Watching that clip, we've got several clips to show. We got some funny stories to talk about. This is episode 200, y'all. We're celebrating. We're going to talk real quick here in a minute how Jason and I met, how the show got kicked off. One of the interesting statistics, and we talked about before we started the show, almost 4 years ago, was the success of podcasts and how, it was like 90-something% of podcasts that were started never made it past 10 episodes or something ridiculous like that. And after seeing episode 4, so this clip that you just saw was from episode 4. The reason why we started there with this intro is because in episode 1 through 3, we did not record video for YouTube. It was audio only podcast. And then we realized, hey, if we want to grow, if we want to show scopes and get people interested in this, we've got to be able to show our videos. Not that we wanted to be on camera, but we knew that this was going to be, we did not, but we knew this was going to be a product show and people needed to see the stuff. But I will say, watching that clip, Jason, I feel like I just want to ask you, hey, blink twice if you're being held against your will or something.
I'm not gonna lie.
This is a hostage video.
That was exactly. When I watched that clip, I feel like I'm reading something that was prepared for me by my captors in another country. It was not good. It's still not good, but that was especially not good.
I'm looking at this and I feel like I'm sitting about 6 inches from the camera, and it's in the corner of my office, in my little corner that my wife and I share an office, and I was videoing there. Basically, the cell phone was
I was at my kitchen table. What are you talking about? That was my kitchen table. That's
Man, the old days. Well, let's tell.
Well, hang on. I want to say something else too, real quick. Just talking about this show and what it is. So I've already had this question, so I'll bring it up. If you look like, especially most guys on YouTube don't see this probably as much, but you see it if you're on the podcast app. You'll see this is the episode numbers, but it's the fifth year of us doing the show. And you go, well, how is that possible? So we just started New Year's, every time that the year actually changed. So we started in 1 year, then it rolled over. So that's why it looks like we're on our fifth year of it. But the other thing is, and I know we've talked about this a lot, this is the one thing that Hans and I, if there's anything we're guilty of bragging on, it is bragging on this one fact. And I'm going to brag on it, and I'm going to give the credit where the credit is due, and that's Hans. This is the 200th week in a row that we have done this show. We have never missed a week in 200 episodes. And I'm going to tell y'all something. By week 3, before we started the video, I was ready to quit. I was like, we don't have anything to talk about. This is dumb. We're not. The show was my idea. I came up with it in the shower and brought it up to Hans. I called him. I was like, I got this crazy idea, but what if? And anyway, it was really just kind of one of those shower thoughts, but he ran with it. And no joke, one of Hans's big deals from the beginning was, listen, if we're going to do this, it's just like, YouTube, which, he obviously already had his YouTube channel, very successful. He was like, it's consistency. We've got to do this through thick, through thin, when we don't want to, every week. And I'm telling you, week 3, I was like, look, we can do one next month. I know why these things fail. There's no doubt.
I remember these planning sessions that you and I, and you would be like, what are we going to do? We have nothing to talk about. What are we going to do in 2 weeks and 3 weeks? And it's just kind of, we've figured it out here lately. It seems like the last 2 years we've had every week we've been just solid reviews or industry stuff. Yeah. So it's been pretty good, but the first 2 years was tough, man. It was tough.
It was really tough. And there'll be times that it may be tough again when there's not a lot of reviews and things, but I'll tell you, so the credit goes to Hans for these 200 episodes.
I don't know about that.
No, it's true. He really forced me a lot of times. I'm the kind of guy that I like to, I like a streak. So once we had gotten a year down the road, and it's like we haven't missed a week, then I'm on. I'm like, okay, there's no question. I mean, once you get the streak going, and we know there's going to come a day that something's going to happen. One of us is literally going to be incapacitated. We have done this we've
had COVID. I remember being broke out so bad in poison ivy that I had it all over my face and just in utter pain. You're sick right now.
I'm sick right
before
now.
the show, you're like, I just don't feel it.
I
just don't feel
good.
No,
I don't feel
good. So we're tooting our horn we're tooting our horn a little bit there, but it's taken a lot of dedication to get to 200, and not missing a week is the big deal.
That's the big deal, and we know it's going to happen. I mean, one of us is going to end up, I guess, in the hospital. I mean, we've done it through. Hey, I'll say this: we've done it through snowstorms, ice storms. Didn't have power. I was running off a generator one time. Wasn't sure. Didn't even have internet. There's been some crazy. Storms, I had to go to town, try to find internet to upload the show or my video for Hans. So there's been a lot, and I think if there's one thing we brag on, it's probably that. Again, we know that streak will eventually somehow, some way come to an end. I dread the day, but it's been fun. And but Hans has also done a lot of work doing all the editing for every single one of these shows. I'll tell y'all something. I'm just going to tell you right now. If something happens to Hans and he drops dead or he's in the hospital or something,
accepting applications.
What's going to exactly put your name in that? What's going to happen is you're going to see a video from me. And it's going to look like episode 4. I'm going to be back there. It's going to be just me. Audio is going to be terrible. I'm going to be back in my kitchen counter, look like a hostage video going, hey guys, it's just me. Hans is here this week. It's going to be bad. So
you'll keep the streak alive if I'm down. Well, so that's a little bit on how the show got started. And it was Jason's idea. We've got several more clips to go over, some funny moments we're going to be sharing with you. As far as Jason and I meeting, it's not the Cinderella story that you may think of. There's been a lot of people. I didn't have my gold slipper that fell off my shoe, my foot that he found or nothing like that. But no, honestly, it was just one of those things. It was, several years ago. It was definitely before the podcast. I don't remember exactly how much. It was
17 or 18. Yeah.
It was really early in this industry when people were just really starting to make YouTube videos. I kind of got in there, was making some YouTube videos, had a bunch of hogs on family land that I was weeding out and getting sorted out. I always tell people I didn't get started in hog hunting because it looked fun or it sounded fun, although it is. I started hog hunting just like Jason because we had to. It was something we had to do, taking care of the hogs on our property, and now it's even turned into a lot of predator hunting too, just keeping predators away from cattle and that kind of stuff. But I was posting videos on YouTube just like I am right now, and Jason, I was a part of a hunting forum that he was a member of too, and he saw one of my videos online that I was posting in that forum, and he contacted me private message through this hunting forum and said, "Hey, I'm kind of new to this," meaning looking for a pro staff member, but you're like, "Hey, I don't have any pro staff, never really had any, but kind of interested," and kind of is like, it was one of those, like, I guess if you're in grade school and you got a Valentine's Day card, you're like, I'm interested in you. Are you interested in me? Kind of thing.
That's weird.
If y'all don't know, after 200 episodes, this whole show is about me trying to make Jason's wheels fall off the wagon.
Yeah, he does
and
it.
Completely
Yeah,
throw a wrench in his spokes.
Whatever he can do to try to embarrass me is what he does.
Anyway,
yeah.
So anyway, he contacted me through the forum. We kind of hooked up from there. Started doing videos, reviews together, and then it culminated into the show. So it's kind of similar to the way that a lot of people are getting started in this business, just creating content and using that content to help promote.
Yeah, and I'll say something in Hans's defense. I mean, and he knows this. He wasn't going to say it, but when I contacted him, I said, I don't have any pro staff. And I said, here's why. I said, again, there wasn't near as many people out there. Well, the thermal wasn't what it is today. Okay, so the guys that already had thermal doing YouTube stuff was way smaller. And I said, you're clean cut. You don't. I said you don't cussing in all your videos, and the bed of your truck's not filled with beer cans, and you're not sipping on one while you're. And again, nothing wrong with drinking a beer, nothing wrong, whatever. But it's not the way I run my business, and I didn't want that. And so, I had some guys that, had reached out to me, hey, I want to be pro staff, whatever. Probably really good guys, but I was like, man, I'm not looking for sailors. I'm looking for trying to run a business here. So
exactly.
Hans fit that bill. And I'll say this, and we'll talk some more about this in a little bit, but it actually was pretty strange. We're both from East Texas. We knew that, but we hit it off. We're the exact same age. Our wives are the same age. Our wives hit it off. I think they like each other better than Hans and I like each other, So it was really a strange deal, how it was, we all just became really, really good friends. So it worked out, really well.
Out perfect.
And, and who would have guessed then?
We work together now, and we work together. We hang out together. We vacation together.
That's right.
We do the show together. But anyway, we've got some cool moments, and I'm going to say, if you've watched this show enough, you really know there's two main things that we focus on, and that's, first of all, always bringing the latest in news when it pertains to night vision and thermal optics. I mean, that's the big thing. You see the reviews on this channel. We're always talking about optics and doing all types of reviews. So you know that. The second facet to this show is just in general hog and predator hunting, night vision hunting talk. I mean, whether it be interviews or just discussions, general discussions. It seems like lately we don't get to do as many of those because there's so many optics coming out. But I want to share a clip, Jason. This is from that I pulled out from the archive. And by the way, I've got all the podcasts saved in an archive on an external hard drive. So if we ever lose that, might as well just give up. So all the memories will be gone. But this is a clip from Jason and I's first SHOT Show together. So this is actually my very first SHOT Show to go to. Was Jason's, I don't know. It was Bunch. This is definitely not his first one. But
no, it wasn't the first, but it was the first taking. It was the first taking the city kid, or the country kid to the city of Vegas, dragging him into the SHOT Show, and he wanted to coon finger every AR-15 that he walked by. So here it is, 2019. Jason and I's first clip together from Las Vegas, live at the SHOT Show. Hey y'all, welcome back to episode 38 of the Late Night Vision Show. We have a special episode. We are live from 2019 SHOT Show. Jason, we're about to head on in.
I don't know what to think because I don't know if my feet can take all the walking that's about to happen. So
I'm telling you what, we're going to be wore out when this is over, but it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm very excited about it. We've got a lot of stuff in store for you today.
All right, y'all, welcome back. We've got Matt here with Envision Optics. We're right here in Las Vegas at the 2019 SHOT Show.
Hey, y'all, we're back. We're at the SHOT Show 2019 Las Vegas. We're in the Pulsar booth today, and I want to show you the Pulsar Thermion. Hey, y'all, welcome back to the Late Night Vision Show. Once again, we are still here at the SHOT Show 2019. We haven't left in Las Vegas. We're very excited to be here today. We are live in the Pulsar SiteMark booth, and we have Jeff Murray. Jeff is the VP of Sales for SiteMark and Pulsar. He is a friend of mine, and I am really excited to have you on the show, Jeff.
Yeah, appreciate having you in here, man.
All right, y'all, hope you enjoyed this episode of the Late Night Vision Show. It was episode 38, a special one for us, live from 2019 SHOT Show. Okay, so we both have a lot to say about these. First of all, a lot of people ask, is Hans a gigantic monster, or is Jason just smaller than the average human?
I knew this is where this was going.
So I'm going to say, from that first clip with Jason and I standing together, first of all, that camera angle was terrible because it was from below, so it made me look huge compared to you. Anyway, I am above average, I guess, for a human man, and you're below, a little bit below.
So
a lot of people say,
how tall are you,
we get some 6'2".
Okay, you're 6'2", and I'm about 5'5". I'm 5'5", flat-footed. I'm 5'6" with boots on, so that's pretty short. But I'm going to tell you something. That right there was more than an 8-inch difference.
I know.
That looked like I was 4 foot and you were 7 foot.
So there was some comments. Some of the comments were, it looked like Hans ate Jason. That was some of the comments. And another comment was they said that you look like my son, and I look like the dad.
Yeah.
But I will say that clip, and also I did not do you any favors. That clip of me when you were in the Pulsar booth and you're holding up the Thermion scope, I look like I'm looking down on you like a kid in a playpen.
I tell you what, this guy.
So the camera angle was like so high and so much. I don't know if I was holding it over your head, but you look like a kid in a playpen. I'm like, oh my gosh, I did not do you any favors.
Here's the thing. I have been short my whole life. I always said that I missed that growth spurt at 16. Okay, so I'm fine with it. 5'5", I can live with this, okay?
Yeah.
All 43 years, no problem. I laugh at I make the jokes, okay? Yeah. But Hans, this guy, he can't help but find ways to make literally me look like Danny DeVito and him to look like Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's like,
I can't deny it. I'm the one that set up the camera angles that year, but I will say I think we've gotten better. I'm way more cognizant of it than I used to be.
I think I'm going to have to start demanding my Tom Cruise box that he gets to stand on in all his movies.
Exactly.
Golly.
Well, so that was the first year of SHOT Show that we did together for the show. We just got done with SHOT Show 2022, so it was we missed a year because of COVID, so that was our third show together out there, or second, because we missed COVID. I can't remember. 2019, 20. It was our third one. We've done 3 together. We missed one because of COVID. That's
right.
But we are still, doing stuff. If you watched our SHOT Show 2022, we're doing stuff live from the SHOT Show. I definitely think the quality was a lot better this year. We're still talking to people. We did, in that clip, you saw an interview with Jeff Murray, the VP of sales for Cellmark, who is over Pulsar and SiteMark. We did that in the booth. The audio was terrible, but we were just happy to have an opportunity to interview Jeff in the moment, because that was a big deal, especially in 2019,
Yeah, I tell you, those kind of shows are really, really hard. Any kind of show, that outside of Hans and I both sitting in our respective recording areas, anything outside of that is extremely difficult. If you're on location somewhere, we've done several of these at Cellmark, Pulsar's, U.S. location, done them there. We've kind of got it down. We've done enough with them. We've done that.
It's tough. You're right.
It's tough. The interviews, it's difficult. I'll tell you this, guys. We've had 2, maybe 3 interviews where we recorded the interview with that person remotely, only to find out later that their audio either didn't record or didn't record properly or something, and had to redo it. I mean, like redo the whole show. It's always hard. It's not near as natural, and everybody, it's not good. So we've had a lot of hiccups as when we get out of our comfort zone. It's a lot harder to do. And so, like Hans was talking about the audio quality and all that. It's tough when you get out of our controlled environment. It's tough to make everything work. But I'm talking about SHOT Show. I'll tell you. So SHOT Show, oh gosh, I get all these years mixed up. The COVID dead year killed us. That just messes me all up. So this year was 2021. We did that. 2020, we didn't go.
Yeah, this year we did 2022. 2021 we missed.
I'm sorry.
See,
this is 2022. Yeah. My years are off. So 2022 we just did. 2021 didn't happen. 2020 we went and we did a show there at the show, correct? Or was that 2019?
We did 2019, 2020, missed 21,
okay.
Did 22.
So 2020. All right, we did the show there. I'm going to tell this quick story. And I was against it. I'm against it every time, every single year. Still against it. I'm against it today, and we did it the most successful we've ever done it, last month, and I'm still against it. So here's why. Because it's extremely stressful. Where are you going to record? How are you going to record? What's the audio going to be like? Hey, if you can't find a place to do it at the show, are we going to have to sit in the hotel room and do it? I mean, that was going to be the plan. There's all these logistics. I'm against it. But in 2020, we did the show, okay? Hans got all these clips from the show, showing different, optics and all this stuff. He's got all this stuff. And we put this show out every single Thursday, 5 a.m. We're in Vegas, and it's like 5 or 5:30 p.m. on Wednesday night, and we get the last of this recorded. Now he's got to edit it all. He's got to go in there, pull out all the junk, get down to the short clips. I mean, it's just like making a movie or anything else. There's a whole lot that hits the floor that you don't see from those kind of clips. So he has to go through, edit all this stuff down live from the show in the hotel room. Now, mind you, we're in Las Vegas and our wives are ready to go eat supper. And I'm ready to go eat supper. And our wives are quadruply ready. They're like, we got to go. We got things to do.
Yeah.
We want to go see a show. We want to go. And
they've been in the room relaxing all day, and they're fired up as soon as that sun goes down.
And they're on me. So then I'm like, hey, how long is this going to take? He's like, oh, I'm done, whatever. All I got to do is get this uploaded. Okay. And so he starts, hey, you know what? We'll go eat, whatever. We'll come back and check on it. I'm like, no. I want to know that this show is uploaded and ready. Well, we wait about 30 minutes, and he's like, I don't know. It's taken forever. Long story short, the wives were tapping their toes. I was tapping my toes. We probably didn't leave the hotel till, I don't know what, 8:30 or 9 or whatever it was. It was late. Everybody was starving. It was finally done, and that's when I was like, we're never doing this from the show again. This is an executive decision. We're never doing it. The wives were agreeing. And even after all this, Hans is over there with this smirk on his face that's like, we're doing it next year. I know, we're doing it next year. And so
this year was this year worked out best, and it was the easiest we've probably ever done because we got started a day early. I also came up a day early anyway, but
All right. Well, so listen, we got some more clips. Hans pulled some of these out, and I knew that when he started going through these, he was going to find everything he could to embarrass me. And I brought this up. I said, listen, I know you have the ultimate executive producer, editor control, but you can't make me look like the idiot in every single one of these. So he's done it, but he did pull one out that I like here. This clip is awesome. Y'all, if you've listened to this show, you know who Glenn Guess is. Glenn is the founder of Hog Zombies. He is known as, Glenn Hog Caller Guess. He is, without question, without argument, the godfather of calling hogs in. I mean, this is what he does. He has made himself known for this. He has been doing it for years, and he produced himself, created from live hogs all the hog sounds that are used on like the Convergent, apps for their Convergent, coyote and hog caller, electronic caller. And so Glenn's a super good guy, friend of the show. We've had him on many times, but I loved this one when we got Glenn on here. And let me just tell you, Hans had been calling a bunch of hogs, had been putting all these videos out on YouTube.
Yeah.
And Glenn comes
cocky.
on here.
I was cocky.
He was cocky. And Glenn insults him on the show, jokingly.
Right off the bat.
It was great. And I just loved every minute of it. So please play this clip.
And you recently put out a video on YouTube talking about the 6 reasons or mistakes that some hunters may use when they're calling hogs. So I want you to run through that real quick of that list. And I hope you didn't make this based on some of the videos you've seen of me using the Convergent. I've actually been pretty decent at it. Now, I have probably made every single one of the mistakes on this list that you're about to hear about, but I hope it wasn't made specifically for me.
Well, actually, that's what gave me the idea, was watching.
Oh, great. Great.
No, but seriously, I mean, I was thinking about calling you and asking you for some advice. You have isolated a hog vocalization that I've not witnessed. I've not heard in the wild. I've heard just about every sound that hogs make, but I've yet to hear one bark.
All right, folks, that made my day. Glenn Guess, again, the godfather of hog calling, insults Han. Again, we know Glenn well. It was all in good fun, but I do love how it starts with Hans. You can see this in his face. If y'all are watching this, if you're not, you got to go watch it. He's that is the cockiest. He's like, I'm getting pretty good at
I'm
this.
getting pretty good because I'd been doing really good. I thought pretty good. But you know what they say about comedy and things that are funny, there's always a hint of truth in there.
Yeah.
So he was being funny, but yeah, because I made some comments before we brought him in. I said I noticed another comment in there was I noticed that when I'm calling for hogs, I also call in a lot of coyotes to hog sounds. Mm-hmm. And he flat out said, if you got more coyotes than hogs coming to you, you're doing it wrong. And that was one thing. And then this thing of there was another thing that said something like I was playing the caller too loud. Oh yeah. I love Glenn to death. He's a great guy. And I came into that interview a little cocky, and he reset me back in my spot, in my place.
Basically, that was coming in, and Hans right there was the varsity, captain of the basketball team, and Michael Jordan just came in, and he wants to show him his dribbling skills.
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
It was so good.
I know Jason was laughing, loving every second of it, but Glenn basically said I was doing everything wrong, and I was okay with it. I wanted to learn. We've had a lot of guests on the show. Glenn has been. We've had him on multiple times. Also, Byron South with Convergent, big time predator hunter. We've had him on, and also a couple times talking about that. James O'Neill from O'Neill Ops. We've had on Tyler. We've had on a lot of industry guys. So I know that if you've listened, you've seen people from Pulsar, from Sightmark, from Envision, AGM. Am I leaving anybody out? Probably so.
But yeah,
we've had a lot.
We've had a
bunch of guests.
We want to have a lot more too. We always say we're going to do it. The problem is we get busy. I mean, we've got an interview.
Scopes.
Yeah, we got an interview planned right now. We've just got to get it on the books. It's another one of those things. You got to get with somebody else and get on their schedule. And so you got to line up 3 busy people, Hans,
Yeah,
myself,
yeah.
and whoever we're interviewing, and get it done. So the interviews are always fun. I'll tell you, one thing that y'all know, you listen to us, what do? We blab. We see that some of the comments, the guys who, they're not fans of the show, they surf on, they find the video, and some of them will leave hateful comments. Y'all blab too much. Y'all whatever, blah blah. Hey, that's fine.
They're here for information,
yeah,
and they don't realize this is somewhat of a podcast entertainment show as well.
Yeah,
not just information,
it's
but
yeah, right. I mean, exactly. So anyway, we get that, but I'll say this: that the interviews, we're always nervous if we've never interviewed the person because you don't know how they're going to be. A lot of people, they get locked up, man. They're nervous. They know they're being recorded, and I mean, I get that. It's understandable. We were the same way early on, and so sometimes you got to like really lead it. You really got to drag stuff out of them. You have to be prepared. But most of the time when we do interviews, we figure out that, oh my gosh, we ran out of time and it's not just from Hans and I talking. It's because these guys are always interesting and we have like 50 million questions to ask them.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking about all the things that, y'all are asking us, that our Outdoor Legacy customers are asking, saying, hey, if you ever talk to so-and-so, ask them this. So anyway, the interviews are fun, but when they insult Hans, and again, I would be clear, Glenn is a friend.
It was
of
lighthearted.
Ours. It was lighthearted. Glenn is a super kind guy. We're really good friends with him, and that's just what made it even funnier, but it was so great.
He's a good guy. He's a friend of the show, but that definitely was a shot across the bow of, hey, you need to get back in your spot because I'm running this show.
It was so
the Hog Calling, and no, it was great. But hey, I want to go to one of my favorite moments. This is my favorite moment. This is my wife's favorite moment.
I know what this is going to be.
This we could not do a 200 episode celebration anniversary without showing this clip because let's just say this. We somehow allowed our wives to talk us into almost tanking the show and having them on for a friendly competition of guys versus girls hunting edition. This is my favorite moment, probably of the last 200 episodes. It's my wife's. I want y'all to check it out. We'll come back right after this.
Take half.
The Piggy Insta shots.
Yes.
We're averaging about 20.
Wait a minute.
20.
Hang on. Not 20.
I counted.
Not
20.
Not 20 of one hog pose.
20 of one hog kill.
Well, yeah, but I use all those different ones. No, I demand a recount.
I'm loving this.
Hang on.
That would be
If I pose, just because I take 20 pictures of a hog, I may get 2 different poses. I may have the rifle in one. I may have the.
Well, I mean, we
this
asked how
is-
many.
this
I'm
is-
loving this right now.
Hans, we're getting the hose on this deal.
Yeah,
I'm
we're
not-
host. Okay.
Hans.
Okay, that is
worst.
our all-time favorite. Okay, here's the reason why. Is you can see, obviously, me and my wife are in the top of the screen.
Explain what my wife was saying because there was so much laughing and
So-
carrying on.
The question was, it was a trivia question, and so we had to. The girls would ask us a question, and we'd have to try to get it right. So they asked. The question was, how many pictures does Jason take of a hog kill? So basically,
On average, right.
On average. So that's what, if you're not familiar with that, you shoot a hog with a scope, you take a picture of it for social media, for marketing, for all kinds of stuff. Anyway, so the question was, how many pictures does it take Jason to get the exact picture that he wants, or the one picture that he wants? I don't remember what my answer was.
Yeah.
But apparently it was nowhere near what your wife said it was. And I want to say
She said like 20 or something.
Yeah. So my wife was laughing so hard, she almost knocked me and her out of the chair. You turned about 7 shades of brighter red than I've ever seen. You were so embarrassed.
My
But
wife
your wife
was trying to drag me into.
Your wife was throwing you under the bus,
was.
saying that it took you 20, and it's not really that big of a deal. But you got so embarrassed about it that she said it took you 20 pictures, which,
Well,
you know now at this point she just made that up, right? You know.
Oh
that.
yeah, she made it
Yeah,
up. So
yeah.
so what?
Yeah.
Yeah, what it is that, and I know where she got this. So yeah, you go out, you shoot a hog, and you go lay your rifle on it or whatever it is. I mean, I don't have anybody with me, so I go
Yeah.
lay my rifle on it, or maybe I put it on the tripod, try to get me in the picture. And anybody who's ever done this at night knows this is not easy. Hans has some awesome photos. He is, I'll give him this. He's a master of that. He's done it so much.
gosh.
He's really, really good at it. No, it's not easy to do. And so anyway, same thing. You go out there, you lay your rifle on there, you take some pictures, whatever. Well, my wife would and I'm doing it with a real camera, not the cell phone, I'm doing the real camera.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
she'd grab the camera and she'd say, "Hey, where's this picture of the kids?" And she'd be like, "Dadgum, how many pictures of that hog did you take?" And I'd be like, "Well, look, those are junk. See, that's no good. It's blurry and it's whatever." So yeah, she threw me under the bus. She made it sound like I was like, Instagramming these. Anyway,
Yeah.
it was.
Well,
she
the
threw me under
funniest
the
part
bus.
was how embarrassed you got because of it, and your face turning red, and the
threw
fact
me under
that
the bus.
your wife threw you under the bus, and my wife thought it was the funniest thing ever.
20-something years of marriage, and my wife throwing me under the bus.
She still think my wife still points to that as her pretty much her favorite moment.
It was. I was blown away. Yeah, it was pretty funny at the time. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But well, I've got one here that is there to a lot of people to this day. This is the defining moment of this show, and this is a bizarre thing. But Hans was hunting on his own family land, so not somebody else's place, his own family land, and in the middle of the night, randomly wanders up on a freshly covered up grave with a cross on it in the middle of nowhere. And I want to be clear, I've been there after the fact and seen this. It is in the middle of the woods, in the middle of nowhere. Creepy. Hans found this, and he had sent me pictures of it, freaked out about it, brought it up on the show, and the listeners of this show demanded to know what was in that grave. I mean, we had demands. It was.
I put it off for
crazy.
weeks. People kept asking me because I mentioned it, and they kept asking me when I was going to go see what it was. And for a long time, multiple weeks.
And I want to say this: the speculation was running wild.
Wow.
It was everything from serial killer to some abuser, beat his wife and buried her out there, to it was money. The cartels have buried money or it was, the speculation was crazy wild. So let's watch this clip.
We are out here. It is close to 10 o'clock at night. This is not something that I've wanted to do. I'll tell you, Jason has probably driven this more than anybody as far as digging this stupid, I'm not going to say stupid because there's something under there, this grave up. I have not wanted to do it at all, and I've avoided doing it for a long time.
How old is that cross look?
It looks new. It looks new. Freshly painted.
Hand painted? Is it brush painted? I need to know a little more.
Looks more like spray paint,
Okay.
but it's almost like I've got the flag. I don't want it to fall and hit the ground. I'm going to give y'all about 2 feet. It's any deeper than that, y'all can forget about it.
I'm going to say that it's not deep. And so is the dirt digging pretty easy? Tell us about this as we're going.
Dirt's digging very nicely.
Is it like sand? What are we looking at here?
It's a mixture of sand and other mineral deposits. I'm going to switch sides here. A lot of mineral deposits in this thing. But all right, we've got, I don't mean to cut you off here. You got your flashlight on you, Patrick?
Yep.
Brother. What the heck is that?
All right, folks, I'm going to tell you something about that right there.
Stupidest moment ever.
That was not staged. I mean, now first
was
of all,
not.
I want to explain a couple of things. What's going on there? So Hans literally put me on FaceTime and put the phone up there, video conference call on a little tripod so I can kind of see what's going on. Then he put a picture of me, which I have no idea what that was about. He wanted me to be there for this. Yeah. And so he wanted me to talk to him. I wanted the narration because I couldn't see. I said, I want to know what's going on. So he's telling me what's happening, and I'm asking for more details because I know he's recording this for the show. So I'm like, he's like, okay, I'm digging it up. Like, well, what's the dirt like? I need to know. I'm not there.
Yeah.
So we're asking all these questions, folks. If you watch that right there, and you see Hans out there in the woods with the shovel and that is real. That is
real,
not fake. That is not set up. That's what he found out there, and he dug it up.
This was our attempt of the man on the street reporter, I think.
Yeah.
And
it turned out like the Blair Witch Project.
It did. So so I found out hunting on one of our family land. I found this random grave, and this isn't on a 2-acre piece of property. This was like 400-acre property. In the middle of this property, I found a fresh grave with basically a fresh painted cross on our property. I was weirded out, but I told the story on the show, didn't think nothing of it. And then people started, it's like, you got to go find out what it is. It's on your property. You got to find out what's in there. It could be this, could be that. I did not want to do it. Still this day, don't know why I dug up a grave, I hated it. I hated every second of it.
But
I felt uncomfortable. I had to. I did it for the fans. And
you did it for the fans, but there's some human body in there. You got to go let the police know.
I got to let the police know. Yeah.
And folks, and let me just go ahead and say this. This random in the middle of nowhere, we're not calling the sheriff's office to have them come out there and come dig this out. We know he recorded it. It was like, this is not the kind of thing. Sorry. I mean, if it was if somebody taking a backhoe out there and there was like body parts hanging out, it'd be a little different.
I was kind of not. I wasn't too scared about that because I'm like, well, who's going to put a grave marker? But,
yeah, exactly.
But anyway, I wanted you to be there. That's why I put the camera with there and your picture. And so you can see, I remember you said, what's the dirt like? It's like, it's dirt. Lots of minerals in that dirt. But you were trying to have a conversation with me, and I was trying not to pass out. I was getting winded. I was getting winded, and you're like want a synopsis of what's going on exactly every second. But no, I did dig it up, and you asked the cameraman. I don't think it's in this clip. Patrick, our pro staff member now, you asked him, what do you think about this? Or what does Patrick think about this? And I said, he thinks it's stupid, just like I am thinking it's stupid that we're out here digging this thing up. But I did dig it up. It's exactly what we thought it was. It was a little dog. I promptly wrapped it and put it back in there. And
somebody had, for whatever reason,
reason,
Fido died, and rather than burying it on their own property, they went out on somebody else's property in the middle of nowhere, wandered around, didn't even do it just literally wandered around down no trail, down whatever, and buried a dog.
Yeah, it's just so weird. So weird. I don't know, maybe that was their favorite place to run on somebody's property and pee. I don't know. But anyway,
funny part is that all this went down, and right now, and this is a good thing they don't know, but somebody has no idea that when they buried that dog, it was going to become an internet sensation for about 3 weeks until you
it was on something that a show that was seen worldwide for sure. That's right. That's not one of my prouder moments. That was actually, I forgot all about it because it's been quite a while ago, and that's one of the memories that I could forget about and never, and be happy that I never thought about it again. But I saw that and I was like, oh man, that's a big part of it was a big part of the show at the time. But I'm going to tell you folks, we showed a few clips. It's 200 episodes, is a great achievement. And we've taken about 45 minutes now to pat ourselves on the back. And we're pretty good at that, I will say. But I also say it's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of work. We get calls all day, every day that people from all over, not just the country, but we get emails from people all over the world that watch the Late Night Vision Show podcast, because it's not just the United States that have thermal and night vision. It's worldwide. And people come to us for information, the latest news, breaking news, and we're very grateful for that. We really are. It's been a pleasure. It's been an honor. We have all the plans in the world of continuing the streak on. I hope it lasts for another 200 episodes where we don't miss a week. We'll see how that goes. But I tell you, Jason, it's been a lot of fun, a lot of work, and very rewarding at the end of the day.
It has been, and I don't think I can say it any better. We appreciate y'all. We know that without the viewers and the listeners, we're just two guys talking. And so, we can do that without recording it and putting it out there. So we do appreciate it. Today, I had talked to a customer, and he said, man, I love y'all shows. I really have learned everything about night hunting and thermal from y'all. Y'all have got me into it. It's been so great. Thank you. He's like, please don't ever stop doing the show. What can I do to support you? And this guy was very serious, very grateful. And I told him, I said, keep buying your optics from Outdoor Legacy, which is what he had done. And I said, we say this, and folks, you probably get tired of hearing this sometimes, but this is the truth. The Late Night Vision Show exists because of Outdoor Legacy. I mean, that is our business. If we don't have those scopes to sell, we don't have this show. I mean, this show is expensive to produce. Hans does not work
I'm
cheap.
not cheap.
He's not cheap.
I am not cheap.
He's not doing it out of the kindness of his heart.
I got a teenage daughter.
Yeah,
she's
exactly.
Yeah, I got to pay for all that stuff.
Same for me. I got a wife and kids as well. So really, though, I mean, that may sound like, oh my gosh, these guys are begging. Well, yeah, we are. I mean, we want your business at Outdoor Legacy, and that's what fuels this show. And guess what else? That's where we get the scopes to review. 99% of the optics that we review are bought and paid for by me at Outdoor Legacy. They're not given to us by the manufacturer. Now, some manufacturers will send us something to test or to demo before it comes out. A lot of times that, they may want our input or whatever, and we're super thankful. I wish they were all given to us for a time period to use, but they're not. And 99% of them, that's expensive. Taking, two of these things out of, the first, and that's the other deal. It's the first ones, the ones you've already got sold, people are waiting on. We don't have a choice because we know that y'all want to know about them. And so, again, if you want to support the show, support us at Outdoor Legacy. I mean, we're here to help. We enjoy doing this. We enjoy talking to y'all and helping in any way we can. But we really, the best way to support us is supporting Outdoor Legacy. And again, if that's pandering, if that's begging, it is what it is. But without Outdoor Legacy, the Late Night Vision Show doesn't exist. And so we just really do appreciate the support of all y'all. I'll tell you something else. And I don't mean this in any bragging way or whatever. We've got a lot of dealers, competitors that we're friendly with. I mean, we talk to a lot of our competitors. I mean, I talk to a lot of them. I'm really good friends with some of them, and a lot of good guys in this industry. And if you bought a scope from them, I wouldn't be upset. But a lot of those guys watch the show, and a lot of the manufacturers, they watch these shows. They tell us, hey, we did this, or, we send customers there. And so it means a lot to us. I mean, we do. At the end of the day, we're putting the information out there for everybody. We know that. It's free to the end user. Anybody can watch it. If you don't like it, go on down the road. Somebody else is probably doing it better than us, I'm sure. Probably doing it with a lot less gab and talking and cutting up and short jokes. There's probably less of that. And we understand that. We're not for everybody, but we do appreciate all of the support that y'all have given us, because it's been overwhelming. I know that the subscribers on the channel continues to grow. And listen, we know a show like this, this is just for y'all that have been around for a long time. I mean, we know that nobody is going to want to surf on and randomly find this show and watch it. And if they do, they're going to go, what's going on? I don't get it. I'm not, and we understand this is a family reunion show today. I mean, this is the show for us to brag and laugh and joke about the last 4 years. But it's also for all of y'all who've been the loyal listeners and say, you know what, you may have only been watching 5 episodes, but you're loyal. There's guys that have been here for all 200, and bless your heart. I mean, I have some guys tell me, oh yeah, I've watched every show. And I'm like, well, you're lucky you're not in the nut house then. I mean, I don't know how you could watch this for 200 episodes and not be certifiable crazy. But anyway, it's been a fun ride. And like Hans said, we're excited about the future. I think there's going to be, hopefully, good Lord willing, the creek don't rise, a good future ahead. There's more and more optics coming out. So we've got tons to review. I mean, just what we know about that's coming right now. After shot, gosh, it's a bunch of stuff. So we're excited, and we hope y'all stick around for all those.
All right. So like Jason said, if you're interested in purchasing a night vision or thermal optic, give us a call. You can talk to me. You can talk to Jason. There's a lot of people that are surprised that you can actually call and speak with Angela and Michaela and ask for Hans or Jason, and you can actually talk to us. People are like, man, I can't believe I'm talking to you. I'm listening to you right now on my car radio. But yeah, you can call us if you need purchasing advice. There's a lot of confusion out there. We're here to help. 877-350-1818. Jason talked about our reviews and how long they are. As always, yes, this is a podcast. This is a podcast format, which means it is not just a quick and simple review of an optic. There's a lot of talk. There's a lot of personal talk. Most of the people that have listened a long time know about our families, and we share a lot of that on the show. This is a show. If you want a short review of all the optics that we talk about here, hop on over to my channel, which is Hans ETX, and I do a lot of reviews there. All the scopes that we review on the show, you can find on my YouTube channel. They're much shorter, a lot more video clips, some hunting clips. So that's Hans, Hans ETX on YouTube. You can also find me on Instagram. You can also find our pro staffers, Mr. Chester Cup, Sir Chester Cup, I should call him. Sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He's not a knight from the United Kingdom, but Chester.
He is a retired U.S. Army colonel, though.
He is. He whoop all of our butts.
That's right.
He's got a YouTube channel. His YouTube channel is growing like crazy. The olddeerhunters.com. That's his website, but Old Deer Hunter.
His website, his blog
is old Deer Hunters and olddeerhunters.com. Also, we've got another pro staffer, Patrick. He's over at ETX Thermal Hunter. They do a lot of reviews over there for us as well. Go check them out. You can find me on Instagram, HANS ETX. You can find Jason on YouTube at Outdoor Legacy. You can find him on Facebook, Outdoor Legacy, and Instagram, Outdoor Legacy. But go check out all of our stuff, all of our products, outdoorlegacygear.com. Again, 877-350-1818.
Folks, I'm going to explain something for some of y'all that are newer to the show. We end the show every time, and we basically say, stay safe in the fields and keep making those bacon pancakes. And I had a guy say, what in the world is the bacon pancakes thing? Yeah. Well, Hans was really known for a long time.
That's an old reference, yeah.
An old reference. On his YouTube channel, he played this little jingle deal, from a cartoon on the front of it of making bacon pancakes. And it was kind of a little joke, and his daughter sang. It was real cute. Yeah. And he got known kind of for the phrase of making bacon pancakes because he shot so many hogs, and he had this little song that his daughter sang there on his video. So that's where that comes from. So I'm going to say it again, signing off for episode 200. We hope to see you here for episode number 201 next week. And that is, y'all stay safe in the fields and keep making those bacon pancakes.